what we are going to discuss is, first we will see how to create or how to do a roles. Okay. First of all, what is mean by Ansible roles? So what is the difference between normal playbook? What is the difference between normal playbook, whatever you are creating .yaml, and what is the difference between this and roles? So normally this, any idea? Can you share your views? Whatever, even if it is wrong, it's okay. What is the major difference? Why we are going to the roles? Why we are not going with the YAML? So far, whatever we created, YAML also it's okay. We can get the things done. But why we need roles?
Vijay, from our YouTube videos I saw, so the YAML file we are creating it for like a one time, two times means we can able to achieve it within a YAML file. When it goes for hundreds or thousands, so using a role we can achieve the same work with much shorter commands and understandings. So using a tasks meta. Like that, we'll have the entries and we'll achieve the same benefit.
Yeah. So there is another couple of points you need to take in care. So whenever you create a YAML file, say for example, this is the dev environment. Okay. So inside this dev environment, you will have a separate Ansible.cfg. You will have all files, playbooks, everything. There is another environment, SIT. Okay, you will have Ansible.cfg, CFG, and all YAML files. You will have UAT. So like that, you will have a lot of environments in same Ansible, right? But if you want to have this YAML file, say for example, you have a patching YAML. So the same YAML concept or same task or same steps, you also need to execute or need to achieve in UAT or production. Only few parameters will be changed. That's okay. But still, I want to do the same task here. Okay, we will put it in this another way. We'll put it in another way. Okay, so I have a dev environment. Okay, I have SIT environment. I have UAT environment. I have say production environment. Okay, so in development, normally you will install everything and you test it, fail it, everything. So say for example, in development servers, first I need to install 100 packages. And in that 100 packages, normally you will omit or ignore some unwanted packages. Say SIT 70 packages, but UAT say 50 packages. But production only you will allow the stable packages, say for example 25 package. Okay, but the procedures are same, right? Can you confirm in the chat? But installing the procedure, deploying the package procedures are same, right?
Yes, yes, Vijay.
Installing the package, deploying the package procedures are same, right? So if you go without roles, what you can do? You will go and create a YAML file here. And you create a YAML file here, or you copy and modify it. You go and create a YAML file here. You go and create a YAML file here. So instead of this, what I can do is I create one folder common. Okay, maybe somewhere centralized location /data or /soft or somewhere. So here I can say the folder name is roles. Inside, if I keep the same installation procedure here, okay, and I want to install from dev, so simply call and do it. I want to do the same in SIT, call this and do it. I want to do the same in UAT from in UAT, so call this and do the same. And production also. So this is one time you are creating, but utilized from each and every environment. You agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So here what is happening? You are trying to whatever you created, you are trying to reuse it. Correct? This word these days everywhere you started hearing reuse. So hereafter, if you go and create a roles, then it will be easy for you. Okay, so all you need to do is you need to have some kind of a logic. What is that logic? Okay, I'm just going here. Instead of this, probably we can connect the Ansible machine and we can transfer some of the files and then we can do it. So I'm opening the WinSCP again. What is the Ansible machine server? So this is my Ansible machine. So let's go and open it. So I'm just going to say new site. I'm connecting Ansible machine. So username Ansible and password is Red Hat. Save it and say login. Yes. Red Hat. Okay. And so now we need to first check where I have the things. So I'm just going here. Let me just take the files so that I can put it in this. So here I can go see there is a file. So I'm going to say dev and I can copy these files inside here. Okay, so now I'm going back to this. Are you able to see the machine desktop? Home Ansible dev. So ls-ltrh. So there is an exam fund, roles, and the user create.yaml. We will go one by one. There is a two role behavior. So let's open up one PPT. Okay, we will go and first to say, just now I said, right, development environment, SIT environment, UAT environment, and pre-prod and prod, right? So assume there is a 40 packages in development, assume there is a 35 packages, assume in pre-prod 20, and again production maybe 20, less than 20 or some stable package, but this packages should be stable. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one GitHub. Let's go to Ansible. There is a 2021. You can open it. Okay, not 2021. Okay, see here. What is roles? Come down. So you need to first take one playbook. I'm just going to. Can you unmute yourself and tell me some small playbook how you do it? Some small playbook. How do you do it?
Hyphen name.
Hyphen. Enter hyphen space name. I want to take a break. Okay, or I want to install HTTPD or I want to install some software. Okay, how do you, where you want to host? Okay, and host means all, right? And then tasks, and then hyphen name. Okay, install HTTPD, and then yum, and then name HTTPD, and then status latest, right? So here, sorry, status latest. There is a typo mistake. State latest. So now I'm just going to say hyphen name. What is that? Install service. What is the module name? Service module name. What is the service name? HTTPD. What is the thing I want, it's want to restart it, right? So this is the normal playbook. Now I want to do this as a reusable role. How do you do that? So simple. First, you need to split it out. Okay, why you want to split it out? Because that is how the role you need to design. Okay, so what I'm doing is the same. First, what I'll do, you need to understand minimum folders, okay, for this playbook. So you need to have tasks because you are bringing under task only, right? Correct or not?
Correct.
Okay, so now task folder, and then there is a defaults folder where you will create all variables. But you remember some of the class we have explained how to register the variable. How do you register? Vars, correct?
Yeah.
This is how you will register, right?
Yes.
So say for example, package, right? Package colon, what is that? HTTPD, right? In that case, how do you mention here?
So
Do you mention package? Is that correct?
correct. So that's a keyword.
So here again one more variable, service. What is the service name? HTTPD. So how do you mention here? Here also you can mention this. Go here, and also you can mention service, right? So you can go and say service. Okay, so this is how you will do this, right? As a variable way of creation, YAML file, correct?
Correct.
So the same, you need to declare this in vars in defaults. Okay, I will come with a vars folder later, but minimum you need this task and defaults. And also, if you have any expectation, say before run this, you need to finish some task, then meta. Okay, I'm going back to this thing. See here, task, handlers, files, templates. Templates means we have seen the factors via copy using templates, factors via copy using copy module. We have seen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we do the same via copy module, it's copying as it is. But when we do the same via templates module, it is copying and collecting the local machine information and replacing and getting saved. Correct? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now what I'm saying is, so we are going to create that. Let's go to the machine. You all need to install one good utility. What is that? Sudo yum install. There is a
Tree.
command called tree. It's a very useful command. You can install it. Even you can do it in your production also, because this is a really very useful. There is no security issues in this package. So when I say tree, on the fly, you can get the folder structure with inside folder, with inside file, everything on the folder structure. If you see here, if you see like this, it will be easy for you to understand the templates directory, what and all is there. The test directory, what and all is there. The wars directory, what and all is there. So we will do one thing. There is a CD roles. I'm just removing the RM-RF OS security. Now we will do the tree part. So this is the folder I have. So roles folder I have just empty. Okay, now we will go with the first one, examfun.tar.gz and roles my vhost. So we will go with this first. So what we can do is we can go and extract tar hyphen. Okay, XVF. Okay, roles hyphen my vhost. Enter it. So I'm just going to say ls-ltrh. So we can go to roles. Can you put a tree here? See, there is a first directory created for my firewall and my vhost created, and there is a folder structure, files, and there is a handlers, there is a meta, there is a task, there is a templates. Okay, so can we keep this? Then we will create one more folder. So what we will do is ls-ltrh. Before going to here, we will create a new role. Actually, this is role 1, this is role 2. Okay, I'm going to create, go on mute. Okay, I'm just going to say mkdir. Okay, what is the role name? First, we'll go with this dummy role. Okay, say, or we can say patch. Okay, and we can go with this and say mkdir inside this minimum requirement is what are all folder you need. So go with say task folder you need. And what is the other one? Make dir defaults. Make dir meta. So if you have anything, you go for it, or dependency I don't have, so I'm leaving it. So now task and defaults. We'll do one thing. We will just go and say patch. What is the folder I have? Defaults and task. This is the bare minimum requirement. So I'm going for tasks. Okay, so now tree, I don't have anything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going for cat my firewall, my maybe my vhost or my firewall. Okay, and then defaults, because you need to have the example. So what they declared is they declared as some variable. Okay, get this variable. Where are you now? You are in your empty role under task. So let's you go defaults directory. We'll go like the same way. And I am creating main.yaml. Main.yaml. You can create a YAML or YML. Both are fine. So create it. I'm going to say paste. In this case, what exactly we created as per this notepad? Package, right? Krishna, everybody. So I'm just going to say package. What is the package name? We can put it. We can say HTTPD. Okay, and service. Okay, what is the service name? HTTPD. So we have declared the variable. Now I'm saving it. So now the defaults directory is fine. So the defaults directory got created main.yaml. Now I'm going for tasks. Okay. Before that, can you go and check my firewall and say tasks main.yaml? See here, they mentioned something like this. So copy this and create a main.yaml, YAML or YML. But here, instead of this, what I'm going to do is install HTTPD. Install HTTPD. And what is the name we need? M module, but enter. Okay. And what is the name you want to put it? The package name. is the package name you want to put it?
HTTP.
No. You should not hard code any values. So what you need to do? You need to give the variable name, right?
Package.
Yeah, package. Okay, and what exactly you want to do? You want to have a latest package, right? Correct or not?
Correct.
Name, start, or say restart service. What is the module? Service. What I need to do? Declare the service name, but I cannot go with values, so I'm defining the variable name. What I need to do? Restarted. Okay. Now you remove everything. If you want, you can even enable the state, the service module itself.
In some places, like a become equal to yes or become true. What is the difference?
Sorry.
While writing this in some play, I saw become equal to true, become equal to yes. So any difference between both are same?
Become equal to the top right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you declared everything in your answer.cfg itself, it's fine. I'll show you. Wait. So are you clear till now?
Yes.
So now what you have to do is you can go and say what is the thing. So we taken the same example, but we can go and say what you need to do. So state restarted or enabled, you need to disable. So, sorry, you need to decide. I want state has to be restarted. Okay, and we will go with the very bare minimal options. So if you have any doubt, where you will check? Ansible -doc
Syntax check.
service.
Okay.
No. Go to that module and say state what all options is supported. State is started or stopped or restarted or reloaded. Correct? Reloaded or restarted or started or stopped. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. See here, there will be a small difference. So if you go and check this option, firewall D options this. That is why state is enabled. So don't get confused. We are using service module. That's why I'm taking this and I'm modifying in front of you. So the firewall D, let's go and check firewall D, then you will understand. Ansible-doc firewall D. See here, there is a permanent option is there and state option is enable or disable. That is why. But for our service module, state should be restarted or stopped or reloaded or disabled. Correct? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up cat main.yaml. So we have given this. Now come out of this folder. Where I am inside roles. What is the role? Patch is the role name. What is there inside? So I created a defaults. I created a main.yaml. Now I'm going back to the diagram. So now what I can do is I created one role. First we will go with one single role. Okay. So now I need to do some task where I can put under task folder. But I don't want to hard code anything as a value. So I need to assign some variable. That variable value where I can put defaults. So when I executed this, what will happen? It will try to execute this main.yaml. Then in this main.yaml, there is a value. So it will go and fetch the value from defaults and then it will try to execute. Can we check this? We'll do one thing. We'll go here We'll come back. We'll come out of this. Where is your Ansible.cfg? First, you need to always stick. Where is your Ansible.cfg? You need to always stick to this Ansible.cfg. Right? So if you see Ansible.cfg, I have mentioned roles underscore path for this environment. So this is how I said you place all the roles in common location and point from each environment what roles directory you need to point to. Okay, so you pointed. So you ask, right, become underscore user, correct? Are you seeing this option? So
Yes,
if you want to override any specific other user, then you can put it. Or if you put it in Ansible.cfg, this settings will be default apply. You no need to mention each and every playbook.
Okay. So
Suppose that playbook alone you want to go as a different user, then you need to mention, and that will be override.
okay. So in that case, we will give us become equal to false,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what I'm saying is we need to create one main playbook because roles we created. See here, roles we have created. See here, roles we have created. Just forget about this. We will come back to this roles. So as of now, we created a roles with bare minimum expectation. Okay, but we need to run this role. How do we run this role? Patch.yaml, YAML or YML, both can be. Okay. Now, hyphen insert mode, hyphen name. Okay, install package via roles. What is the missions you want to do it? All or group or whatever, right? Right. So here normally you say task, right? Everybody. Normally here you will say task, right? Like this only
Yes.
you will do it, right?
Yes, Vijay.
So now remember you already defined the task in the roles, correct?
Correct, Vijay.
So now you need to simply call the roles. That's it. Go on mute. Go on mute. Roles. Simply call the roles. What is your role name? Patch. So can we check this syntax? It's very easy. So Ansible hyphen playbook. Okay, and patch hyphen syntax hyphen check. See, so now Ansible hyphen playbook patch. See here. So now you tell me. Now I'll show you the other example. So it's getting installed, right? So now I'm going to another environment. As per this diagram, I'm going to another environment. So I'm going for a, now we are doing in a dev. So I'm going for a different environment. So say SIT. So as per this diagram, the PPT diagram. So I'm going for another environment. That environment, maybe another environment, but the role is same. But from that environment, I'm going to call the same role, right? Let's wait. See here, it's completed. Now, where I am in dev environment. So I'm going to outside. I'm going to create another environment, SIT. I'm going inside. Okay, instead of create Ansible.cfg host file, I can copy. So copy dev. But if you want, you can create it. But create also same. So dev Ansible.cfg to here. And also you need one more file. What is the file? Host file to here. So now Ansible hyphen version. You always run this command. See here. Now from this folder, if you have Ansible.cfg, automatically that related configuration only will be applied. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Ansible.cfg. If you want this SIT roles, you can keep it in a different directory. But only thing is you need to make sure each and every environment, what is your settings? That settings has to be declared in Ansible.cfg. How many of you not understand? So let me know. I will explain again. If you don't understand this, can you raise your hand? I will explain.
So every folder will have different
Yes.
configuration
Say for
file.
example, this is SIT, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
now, okay, Vijay, you raise your hand. You can unmute it. Yeah, I'm just explaining. See here, right now, as per this diagram, dev we have created. Now I creating as a SIT. So this SIT environment also, we cannot go each and every environment different Ansible server. One single Ansible server, but I want to manage multiple environment, multiple projects. Still is possible. How? You create a logical directories. Inside this directory, there's Ansible.cfg. You need to create it. As long as Ansible see the current directory Ansible.cfg, it will only stick with that settings. So assume this environment, okay, roles are placed in here, say var/temp/roles. So that development will stick to the specified path. This SIT environment will stick to this path. That's it. Okay, and even you can say inventory equal to host. You can say inventory equal to host or SIT host, whatever it is. But you should have SIT host file. In that file, you should have all SIT based machines list. So even you can say different. So each and every time you can mention your settings here according to that environment. Mahendra, can you raise your hand and confirm you are understood or not? Yeah, go ahead. I given access. Yeah, Vijay, you can go ahead.
Yeah, understood, Vijay. Based on the environments, we have to create separate Ansible
Yes.
for
If
this
you
files.
really each and every environment, what will be differed? Maybe the host will be different because you will have a development server definitely separate. You will have some set of SIT server. Each environment they will have a different server. Correct?
Yeah,
So
correct.
even the user also definitely we are using only Ansible, but the users also, if you take my current or past environment, we have like this. Hope you all agree. SIT Ansible. This is the username, and the development is dev Ansible, because this is how we need to keep track from security point of view. Who is doing what? Correct? You cannot use same user for all environments. You agree, right, Mahendra? Everybody, you can unmute, Mahendra.
Yeah, agree, Vijay. Correct.
Okay. So these are all how you will manage each environment segregation, right? So that is where I'm saying even the roles also you can manage. You can point to same roles directory or each environment related roles directory. So you need to first create this logical representation. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, go ahead.
Vijay, actually, after this remote user, I understand this one, because I was thinking like in the same YAML file, we can create the reusability. That can be achieved, but after this remote user, different environment having different users.
Yes. That is what I'm saying. That is why I'm spending a lot of time. I'm explaining it.
Yeah, this makes sense. Actually, I was thinking like, in the same YAML file, we can define the variables and
no. Same YAML file you can deploy, represent, but the difficult is who is going to manage on a daily basis. You are going to manage, right?
Yes.
It is going to be really nightmare if you go each and every individual YAML file and do this. you note down, it's going to be really painful on daily maintenance.
Yeah, we need to modify repeatedly for requirement.
So
Yes.
most of the time, whenever you want to configure anything, please think about the global one, not the local one.
Okay.
So global means simple. You come here and change whatever you want. That's what I said. Even this option also. Until you need any specific for that playbook, you go and mention. Otherwise, you mention it in the global. Where is global? In this case, Ansible.cfg.
Yeah, okay.
Even if you go and check my YouTube class, there is a variable. Variable also you can go with global variable, local variable. So you need to first decide what exactly. But this is how you need to categorize the logical part. It's just a draw, Raj, everybody. It's just a logical. So first you need to define. Okay, I am going to have one Ansible server. In this Ansible server, I'm going to manage project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. It's fine. We can manage. Each project also you can say project development environment, project 1, project 2, SIT environment. Only thing is you need to first categorize the folder names. Each folder should point the relevant settings. That is what we are discussing it here. If you have any doubt, simple, you run this command always, Ansible --version, right? See here, now it is showing SIT Ansible.cfg. You go, dev. You run the same command, you will understand the difference. See here, now it is referring here, correct?
Yes, Vijay. So for the users, SIT Ansible, Dev Ansible, we mentioned it. So for each user, we will have this Ansible master to client the passwordless so that they can be integrated.
See the initial infrastructure configuration. You need to do it. Can you tell me now the very good scenario to provide this infrastructure Ansible? How you'll implement it?
New installation setup.
Say you have a 500 servers, Raj.
Okay.
Okay. So now you want to configure or implement Ansible based infrastructure also. So one master and all. So how you'll do it?
So first we'll have choose the Ansible server, the master one, and so all the clients. So we'll create the Ansible ID on Ansible or whatever ID we need on all the.
I'm asking not the steps.
Okay.
How you will implement? I want to execute only one script. That script should create an Ansible server. That script should create a user. That script should install Ansible package. That script should configure all necessary sudo settings and passwordless everything. So how you will achieve this?
Terraform, creating an image.
You can achieve a lot of ways. You can go with Ansible itself, because Ansible also support the native command line, right? But what I'm saying is you can create a simple Terraform. You can achieve this. Or you can create a simple shell script. You can achieve this. So normally, probably I can share this script. Also, I can share this manifest. So, but you understand this concept, right? The configuration file should always vary, depends on your environment. So whenever you want to do anything in this environment, please make sure the relevant settings also applied in this file. So, okay, I'm not part of any environment. Okay, I'm not part of any environment. I don't have any Ansible.cfg here. Then you run the same command. Now you see the thing where it is going.
The default one.
Yeah. So please careful from where you are executing all the Ansible command always. This is one of the painful during the exam also, Ansible exam. Okay, I'll proceed it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd dev, okay, ls-ltrh, ls-ltrh, and I'm going to say, sorry, cat patch. So we are calling the patch role. What is there in the patch role? It's a very simple playbook, right? So now I have my suddenly my manager is calling. Hey Vijay, can you install 100 or 1000 packages? So now you tell me the package name only will be changed, right? But the rest of the procedures are same, correct? Correct or not?
Correct, Ajay. So
Okay.
that's a
So now, how do you achieve this? Can you anyone give some idea?
I will create a separate var file and use the same main YAML.
Yeah. So no, if you are starting the Ansible to make more understanding, yes, that is a correct approach. But more understanding, first you need to make it as a manual way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to inside roles directory. Okay, and I'm going to tree. I'm going to make the directory that say original, dummy and original. So we can say patch and say main patch. And I'm going the main patch. I'm going to create a same task directory. I'm going to create the defaults directory. This time I'm not going to create a defaults directory. I'm going to create a meta directory. So what is there now? What is there now? Can you go above? You have a meta directory, you have a task directory, right? Are you able to see my desktop? You have a meta directory and you have a task directory, correct?
yes.
So now task directory already you know, right? So now what I'm saying is you go for the actual the questioning. Why we need meta? Why we need meta?
So meta is like if you it will first execute, then only it will go for the task.
So if you have any condition or scenario like before go and execute anything, I need to finish some task, some dependency task. So in that case, you go and put it in the meta. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the meta. So where is the meta? You can take this example and apply it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say main patch cd meta directory, copy. So my host, oh, okay, my vhost, and meta main.yaml. So we'll see what is there in the file. Okay, so they said something different. So now what I'm going to do is, what is the role we have created for dummy purpose? What is the role we created? One single patch. What is the role we have created? Patch, right?
Patch.
For one package installation, we created patch, right? So you go. What is the role name? Patch, right? Patch. Okay, and I'm going for what is the variable you mentioned there? Package, right?
Package and service.
Here. So here you can say package and what is the value you want to now replace? You want to replace VSFTPD. So now, who are all not understanding this? Can you tell me? I will explain again. So simple. I am just going to show you the existing file, how they configured it. How they configured it? They are calling one role, but that role is having a different value, but I'm replacing with the one which I need. Like this, if you create 100 lines, what will happen? Every time it will call and it will do it. Every time it will call, it will do it. Every time it will call, it will replace it. So first thing, you need to create one dummy role, and each time that dummy role will be called out with a different value. Again call and replace the value. Again you call, replace the value. Again you call, replace this value. In that case, only one time you create what you want with some dummy value with the variable. Then you create an actual role and call this role, replace the value. Call this role, replace the value. Call this role, replace the value. How many of you don't understand? Tell me, I will explain again.
Vijay, can you please add one more package in this so we'll have more understanding like how it will replace?
Okay. VIM. Oh, go on mute. Main.yaml. So we'll do one thing. You tell me another package, we will do it. You tell me some other package, we will replace it. Any package.
Nginx.
Sorry?
Nginx.
Nginx. Oh, okay. We'll go for Nginx. Okay. Even go.
Hello, VJ. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to ask, just for confirmation. So the role is like the steps or the task to it to carry out, while the package is what you want it to carry it out from, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So
Okay.
basically, Jefferson, you will have similar requirement only in your interview or your project or your exam. So what is the scenario you will get? You will get one task. The task commands or task steps will not be changed, but the package name will be changed every time. Correct? Correct or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe you can put this way. Every day you want to create a server. Maybe the server name will be changed, but the server CPU, server OS, whatever your selection, that will not be changed, right?
Exactly.
So you create one dummy role that how to create a machine, right? But the same procedure only you need to do. But maybe every time you may create the server, install some different software, create the server software 2, create the server, install software 3, correct?
Exactly.
So the
Yes.
creation server, you can save a lot of time like this. Okay. And what is the additional step? You put it in the task. What is the repeatable? You put it in the meta. So meta is dependency. Before going to the, okay, let me go here. Before going to the task, always task will be executed. But if the Ansible sees something in meta, first it will try to execute meta, then only it will come to task. Are you clear, Jefferson?
Yes,
Vijay.
Vijay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vijay, if we have a meta, then we don't want to have defaults, right?
No. Even the task, if you have any variable, again, because Jefferson said, I want to create a server, but I want to install different packages, correct?
Yes.
So in that case, if you create something procedure with the variable, definitely you need to declare the values also, right? So it depends what you are putting in tasks. Accordingly,
Yeah.
you need to decide what folders you want.
Yeah, but in the meta itself, we are addressing the variable what value to be passed.
The
Like,
meta, you are installing the package. But apart from that, what role you are going to do as part of this role? If you don't want anything, then leave it. But Jefferson said, I want to create the machine, but I also want to have some more task as part of this role, correct? If you don't have any task, absolutely you don't need defaults. That is what I'm saying.
okay, Jay. Okay.
Okay, see,
So
I will explain again. Say, for example, okay, let me just create another diagram because this has to be really important. Okay, so you understand this. Say, for example, you are creating a task. You understand? You are creating defaults, correct? You understand? You understand or not? This is one time because you first ask yourself, what is the repetitive task? What is my repetitive task? I am daily installing 100 softwares. So this is my task now. So you create one role with one package installation. One package installation. So I'm going to call this as a dummy role. Are you clear in this? We will go one by one. Are you clear in this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now what is your expectation? I want to install 100 packages on a daily basis. So the procedures will be same, right? Correct or not?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, but here I'm going to create only meta because I'm not going to do any further task. So meta is more than enough. But you create a task. In the task main.yaml, you simply say print message. All packages has been installed successfully. That's it. That is the only message here. In this case, you don't need a defaults directory. Are you clear in this, Vijay?
Yeah, yes, right.
Suppose if Jefferson asked one scenario, right? Suppose your scenario is the same, but as part of this role, you also need to have something like, say, some mount point has to be created, some other task. In that case, these values also you cannot go on the hard code. You need to declare the variable and then define it in task. Are you clear, Vijay? In that case, you need a defaults directory, correct?
Yes, right.
So I strongly recommend, this is a folder structure, but you need to first ask yourself what task you are going to do. Based on the task, you need to decide what folder, what directory you want. You don't need all the directory. Depends on the task which you are creating for that role. Yeah, you can decide, okay, I'm going to call the dependency. I need a meta. At any cost, I need to execute. So I must need task always. But in the task, if you are going to add some more play with the different task, then you need to make sure you are not hard coding any value. Then those variables you are putting in defaults. Are you clear, Vijay?
Yes, right. Okay.
Vijay, the dependencies in meta, is it a module or what, Vijay? Dependencies?
No. This is just a folder structure with some concept. So in this folder structure,
not this one. Not this one. In metadata, you mentioned dependencies,
not
right?
metadata, not metadata, meta.
Sorry. In meta,
Metadata is a database one.
Okay, you mentioned the dependencies, right? So is it a module like from Ansible doc? Can we able to see that dependencies means?
No. You have to define. I am calling that role what I need to install. I am calling that role what I need to install. That's it. Because you know this role you have created with yum module. So if you pass this value, definitely it will work. Correct?
No, Jay is asking whether we can see the structure syntax, like something like if you want to refer the documentation.
No. Something. some of the things you need to understand the folder structure. That's why I'm spending a lot of time. And this is the folder structure, Raj. In this folder structure, as Vijay asked, it's a very valid question. Do you need all the folder or not? Of course, you don't need all the folders. That is why I'm in front of you. I'm creating the one folder, another folder, and another role, different folders. First role we created task, right, Raj?
Yes,
The first role we created defaults. Why? Because we have a variables, correct?
Correct. So whatever variables for tasks we mentioned in defaults.
And we have to execute. So we need a task, correct?
Yes.
So now we are creating another role which we need only to call this. So we don't have any variable, correct? But there is a dependency expectation. Before go this, execute this, I need to call you because there is the same procedure. But I don't like that package. I want the different package. That's it, correct?
Yes.
So there, in that case, you are putting some dependency. Dependency means meta folder has to be there, correct?
Yes, Ajay.
So after the dependency execution, say for example, after the dependency execution, I want to print something because how do I know? Okay. How do I know? So I'm going to task and so take some example, anything, but you will modify. So patch, you can even go with this patch, main.yaml, task main.yaml and copy it. So you now edit it. What you will edit? Because there is no task here. Simply you remove everything and say all packages has been installed. Okay, and then what is the module to print the message? Now I want to print some message. What is the module? You have seen it. Yes, that's it. And what is the sub option?
Message.
I am confident in Ansible now. So I just want to print the message. That's it, right? Because everything is already, you are calling the meta and you are doing it. Now, how do you execute this? How do you achieve this? Now, where are you? Where are you? Tree. See here. So now roles under there is a main patch which we created with only one single package. Now you created a sorry. Main patch now we created, but with meta. Okay, but actually what this main patch will do, it will in turn call patch role, right? Right or not? Okay.
Yes,
we will
Ajay.
just go here. Just 2 minutes. Okay, so now what we are going to do is what we did. We will go this and main patch and patch. So first we created as a patch with actually this is dummy with one package, just a procedure we have created. Now as per my manager, there is a daily same task but 100 packages, main patch. Okay, so here I want to call this with a different package install. Call this different package install. Call this different package install. Correct? So now here I need a task. Since task main.playbook, it requires a lot of variables. Now, actually vars also one of the things, but vars is something different. So I will explain. So we created defaults and mentioned those variable values. Now this value we need to replace, override. So from here, I'm calling the role and mentioning this variable name and different value. What will happen is always meta dependency will call here and then it will override. It will override and then it will execute. OK, all are completed. 100 packages are completed. Now I need to print it. OK, 100 packages installed successfully. Now this is exactly we are going to do. Now we need to create a playbook. Say install.yaml. Can anyone tell me what is the playbook? Hyphen. Yes, go ahead. Hyphen name. Install bulk packages via calling the sub roles. Post all. There is a huge silence. So roles, what role you will do it now? What role you will do it? So I'm just going to say what role I will put a tree. Either you will call patch role or you will call main patch role.
Main patch.
OK, why?
So,
Because
that's what
our master role
Yeah.
is main patch.
Yeah. So when we call main patch, it has a dependency. You agree, right? Vijay, now are you clear now, Vijay?
it is the meta entries.
Yeah, meta folder. If you have any dependency requirement, then that has to go inside meta. So enter. Now, as it is, just verify you have any syntax. Playbook. What is the file? Install. Here. OK, sorry. Syntax check. I have forgot. See here. We called main patch, but we have a dependency patch. So first time it is calling. Remember, we given a 2 values. So first calling and replacing the value. Again, it is calling. This time it is going to call different value. This also you can replace it. Vijay, are you able to see 2 times it is getting called, correct?
Yes,
So this time you are installing the first package, it's getting override and install, again calling that role. So now you understand. I'm going back to this cat roles. OK, and main patch meta. So first time it is calling and going for this package. Second time it calling and going for this package. Can we do this? And checking SSH node 1. OK, sudo tail f var log messages. See here, there is a what are all vsftpd. I think we will do one thing. Sudo su yum remove vsftpd ftpd enter and sudo sorry yum remove nginx. OK, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the node 1 machine so that we can see it in live. Either if you are not understanding the while playbook execution, you can understand from the the direct nodes. Let's wait for a few seconds.
Vijay, this is not clear. Like how, like under main patch,
No,
you
wait,
have
wait,
created.
wait. Like, that is why I know. Wait. So sudo su. So going here. I'm just coming out of node 1. So are you able to see the desktop with Zoom? So cat install. So what exactly you are doing in this YAML file? You are simply calling main patch, correct?
Correct, Vijay.
So the main patch, when you call, what is happening? What is happening? Roles, main patch, meta. So it is calling the patch first time and replacing the VSFTPD. Remember, it is already declared HTTPD, but you don't like because the procedure you created as a dummy. But I want actual VSFTPD has to be installed. So this value only will be replaced and it will install. Again, you are calling the patch role and this value will be replaced and it get installed. So we will check it. What we will do is tail f/var/log/messages. Yes. See here, we will do one thing. We will just empty the screen. Asarudin, yes, go ahead, Asarudin. You can unmute. You can unmute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ansible -playbook install.yaml. So we will do one thing. For more interactive way, we will go with steps. Who asked to clarify again? I forgot the name. Is it Vijay or Raj?
Ravi, Vijay Ravi.
Okay, Ravi. So we will go with -hyphen step. Then you will understand. We will go one by one. So of course it is gathering factors. This is by default. Okay. Now it is asking you to install HTTPD. Can you just check parallelly? So it's trying to. It's already established the connection. Now, yes. So immediately go here. See here. What is it is happening here? Can anyone tell me what is happening here? What is the package is getting installed?
HTTPD.
So this is what we mentioned in the YAML file, right, Ravi?
Yes.
First value. But actually the
Yes, Vijay.
patch role is having HTTPD value, but it is happening VSFTPD. Then now you tell me what is happening. It is calling that role. It is overriding the value, and that overridden value is getting installed. Correct?
Yes, correct, Vijay.
Okay. Now I'm going to just say continue, and there is another package. Maybe this name is getting confused. That is why I want to show like this. Okay, that also you can replace with the relevant software with the custom factor variable. Okay, now I'm going to execute. This time Nginx package should be installed, right? See here, Ravi. Actually,
Yes.
the here. So this one which we created, actually created with HTTPD, but using that now we are achieving VSFTPD. Using this, we are achieving Nginx, but the procedures are same. Are you clear now?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay, okay. So wait. So I'm just going to print the message. Then you can understand. See here. I am confident. I am Ansible now because everything is completed. But you called one role, but that role in turn called many roles. Like this, you can go and mention so many dependencies here. So VAM, sorry, main, sorry, roles main patch meta main.yaml. So like this, you can call another role also what you want to value replace. Another role also what you want. Another role also what you want. Now, are you clear?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you one more example. Ansible -doc URL or URI. Okay, URI. Actually, I don't have any hands on most of my project deliverable, but for this community only, I'm doing all. So we'll go the yeah. See here. So they are saying URL. So we'll do one thing. Suppose your manager is calling you and asking, "Hey, Ravi, can you please help me to monitor daily 200 URLs?" But I'm just giving you idea. But there is a lot of ways to streamline. But for explaining the role, you need some use cases, right? Come down. We'll pick up some good example. Where is the? Okay, so now we can get this, okay, and we can get say check that you connect page, it returns 200. So we can use this, copy and paste it in this notepad. So first we will go with the one dummy. So what is your first expectation? I want to monitor multiple URLs. So, but first you need to create one dummy URL. Dummy URL. Okay. With this, you can create a one main URL monitoring role and call this replace the URL. Call this replace the URL. Call this replace the URL. Can we do it quickly, Ravi? So I'm just going to go here. I'm going to come out of it. I'm going to cd roles. First, we will go with this. So mkdir single URL. We all know this is dummy. So I'm going with single URL. mkdir defaults mkdir tasks. So cd defaults. Okay, copy patch and the defaults main.yaml, copy it. VAM main.yaml. What is this? So URL. I'm saying the value is the variable is URL. And say what is the URL? The URL is example.com, just for dummy. So now I'm going to save it. I'm going to tasks and copy. You don't need to create every time. You just take some example, then modify from there. Patch tasks main.yaml, copy it, and VAM main.yaml. Now, what is your actual expectation? I want to monitor the URL. What is the this one? So check. I'm just going to say I am monitoring. Sorry, monitoring URL. How do you mention URL? See, you can customize more structured way, but I'm just giving you an example. So I'm just going here.
And whether we can monitor the like CPU health percentage.
Yeah. You can create. I think already I mentioned one of the playbook. Probably if you not find, if you are not able to find, let me know. I will point you to the GitHub.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So Ravi, are you clear in this? Now we are creating one URL monitoring as per, but what is your need from your manager? There are 1,000 URLs per day you want to check it, correct?
Yes, Vijay.
So first we will test this single URL whether it is working or not. I'm going to the ansible.cfg directory. Okay, we will create VIM single URL dot YAML, YAML or YML. What is the role name single URL? So hyphen name. I am going to moon. Sorry, I'm going to moon to monitor all the URLs. Okay, and then host from all the nodes servers, because application if this URL is reachable from all the nodes, then only application will work fine without any issue. So keep on, we need to monitor. I'm saying all roles. What is the role name we created now? Correct? Correct or not?
Yes, correct, Vijay.
So now
Correct.
Ansible playbook. Okay, and then what is the file name we created? Single URL. Okay, syntax check. So there is no issue. So we will do it Ansible playbook single URL. See here. See. So you are able to achieve at least one dummy URL. Correct, Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
So now, what is your manager told you? So he asked you to monitor some 1,000 URL. Go on mute. Go on mute. So 1,000 URL. So now we will go back to the roles. We will create a multi URL because my task manager is giving the lot of task, but it's okay. I can achieve it. But only thing is, first you need to think about logical how to achieve it. That is where I'm explaining one by one. So I'm going here, multi URL. Now you tell me what are the folders you need. What are the folders you need?
Meta.
Meta. So mkdir meta. mkdir tasks. Suppose as part of this, you also want to print something, you need some files. Where you will keep the files, you need to create a files directory, you keep the files. So if you have some files, how do you copy? Using template or copy module. Because the file is having any factor variables, then you need to use a template, which we've seen. That's how I have designed this. See here. It entirely depends on what you are going to do. Accordingly, you keep the folder, remove all other folder if you don't need. That's it. So go here. I am first going to meta. Okay. And I'm going to PWD. Okay. So now I need some sample file. Where I will get the sample file? Main patch, meta, main.yaml. I'm taking it. Now you all tell me, how do I change this? How do I? So probably we can have this in Notepad. So we will have this in Notepad. Sorry, not this. It's not copied. So we will have this in Notepad. I'm going back. Can anyone tell me what I need to mention? Okay, I'm calling which role? Single URL, correct? What is the variable name? URL, right? What is the URL you want to monitor? Say cloud and loud, or we can say What is the URL you want to monitor?
Flipkart.com.
Yeah, flipkart.com. So we can better you go with some say github.com. These are all you can do it. So github.com. Okay, and what all you can do it? Even the google.com. Google.com. Even there is a. Okay, we will do one thing. We will copy this. We'll paste it. We'll do one thing. We will copy this. We'll paste it. Sorry. Because in Ansible, indenting is one of the worst nightmare. So I'm just going to say google.com. Okay, and you can even go with this one, terraform.io. Terraform.io. Okay, if you want, you can add, keep on all, even hundreds of URLs. So now you understand the logic, what I'm trying based on your manager request. So copy this, go here, you remove this, or you can want to type it, but copy paste is always makes sense. Now, who are all say this will work or this will give a error?
Task, we did not mention anything in this role.
Sorry?
In the task, under task, we did not mention anything in the
No,
main dot. Yeah.
that is okay. But whatever we put it in this file, it will throw the error. Can anyone guess? Okay, we'll see. We are going to troubleshoot. I always want to have a fail and try. So here I'm going to tasks. I'm going to task. So we'll take some sample file. Okay, so where we can take it, main.patch, tasks, main.yaml. So I'm going to say vim main.yaml. So here I'm going to say all URLs. Okay, we will go meaningful way. URL. What is the URL variable? URL is working. Sorry, is reachable from. What is the this one? Probably I can just go and check it. I think it's in my notepad, right? No, not in Ansible node 1 -m setup. Okay, I mean Ansible.cfg, we need to make it. Ansible node 1 -m setup. Okay, you go above. You go above. Yes. So Ansible underscore node name. So copy this. cd roles. Go on mute. Go on mute. Multi URL main dot sorry tasks main.yaml not cd, it's a VAM. Okay, so go here, reachable from, because it has to be meaningful. If you want to go for some meaningful message, because you are the person going to see whenever you execute. So I'm just putting some Ansible underscore node name. And then okay, and then come down. So the same message, you can even print the same. I'm going to paste this. Let's see, there will be some syntax, we will correct it. So I am just coming down. Ansible dev ls. So we will go with the URL monitor, single URL. Yeah, let's get the error. So single URL. So even we can go with say VIM multi URL dot YAML hyphen name. I am going to monitor all the URLs very easy way. Host, of course, from all nodes. Roles. What is the role name? Can anyone tell me?
Multiple URL.
Multi URLs, right? URL. So I'm just going to save it. So we will do one thing. First, we will check before execute. Is there any issue? Multi URL hyphen syntax hyphen check. Definitely there will be. Okay, wait. Syntax hyphen check. So they are having some issue. So it is first pointing. We'll go one by one. So it is saying Ansible dev roles meta.main.yaml, and also there is a github.com. But actually this URL is given in where? Meta, right? Right. So if you see this file is pointing. So we will go that file and see there is a quote is missing. So we will add that quote. So this is how you need to practice. You create a error and practice. So you never forget, even you will not hesitate to answer in the interview. Okay, calm down, calm down. Okay. You need to quote it. Sorry, you need to quote here, not in that. Sorry, normally I used to do a lot of typo mistakes. So I'm just pasting it. So I'm just saving it, but still I want to do one more time, check whether I have correct. It's okay. So Ansible now hyphen playbook, okay, multi URL.yaml. See here. So now it is more useful way, right? Because when you see this output itself, you know which URL you are getting monitored. Correct? Correct, Ravi. Now you understand, right? The robust of URLs. So the roles is always huge, but only thing is now you assume you placed in this directory, right? Now only this environment can utilize, rather than you keep this roles directory in a central folder, which all environment can access. In that case, you pick the logic. Maybe the URLs will be different for each environment, each project, but the process is going to be the same, right, Ravi?
Yes, Vijay.
Okay. Okay, false URL. We will do it. You tell me, Sanjay, what URL you want. So we will give it. So we will go and edit the this main.url. Okay, forcibly we will go with this. I don't like github.com, so I like github. GitHub love.com. Okay, and I'm going to save it. Okay, now you go and first check the syntax check. Syntax check won't have any issue because there is no syntax issue. So now you are going to execute this. Wait, let me just check this URL first. Now go back here. Okay. Where is the output? GitHub. No, GitHub.com. Maybe I can just check first. Is there any spam or anything? I do not do. Can you access this and tell me? Are you getting the same? Yeah, a random number we will put it. But if it is fails, the further one it will be fail. We will go and edit that. We'll do one thing. We will just go and add some numbers randomly. Even instead of this, we will forcibly go with some wrong domain name. Okay, so now Ansible, wait, there is a Ansible doc URI. Okay, so you can add this because written content, yes, we can. Are you able to recognize what they are doing? Or you anyone can explain what is this? We have seen in some of the classes.
So they are making the output to a register.
Yeah.
Register name is this.
So we will add this. Let's see. Okay, now I'm going for this. So VAM roles single URL tasks main.yaml. Now we can do this as a go on mute. So now if you go and check this Ansible-doc URI, come down the example. Return underscore content is a sub option. So URI, so we have whatever we created is correct. So now we will execute this. We'll see. No, this is not the way. So we will just go here. So basically we are task main.yaml cat. So single URL, we are monitoring it example.com and we are replacing the actual URL. Okay, wait. Let me do one thing. VAM roles multi URL meta main.yaml. Actually, it should be error because we are not using the custom part. Do one thing. No. Ravi, I'll check this, Ravi. It should not happen. It throw error. Even the wrong URL, URI giving the option. So I will do one thing. I will create a custom register and then I will share you the things, because that is why the custom register always makes sense than the normal one.
Yeah, maybe we need to add some more like return code
Yes, yes.
200 and something.
Return code, no, but even you need to first validate that capture in one register. We'll do one thing. We can also add.
Can we see the logs for this?
I'll go here. See, it is trying to check always 200. It's weird. You are saying right? Oh, okay. Wait. We will go and check where log messages. Wait, there is a very strange. You see, always example.com is getting checked. So if I go here, see here, Ravi, it is always checking example.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not reading that another URL. It's not overriding.
It's not overriding. So HTTPS single URL. Okay, what is the role name? Tree. Single URL defaults. First we will go one by one. Roles. Single URL. Defaults. Main.yaml. Okay. Now I got the issue. VIM roles. Here. That one. Now we will execute this, but we will clear the log. Clear the log, because each time the value itself is not getting replaced. No, still the example.com only is getting. We'll do one thing. We'll go and say defaults. What is the tasks? Main.yaml. Okay. Are you seeing the exact issue? We copied the example. It's not getting override. Why? Because always it's going with the example.com. Sorry for this.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Placeholder.
So, okay. So go here. We copied from example, right? Ansible doc. That we forgot to change it. So
yes, sorry. When initially you were doing, I noticed this, but after you were explaining, I forgot. Like
I may miss a lot of things. So now we will go back and correct the actual multi URL meta, because you see this log. It's very lucky to have. So each and every time it is not at all getting replaced. You are seeing this.
Yeah.
So first time also checking example.com, second time also checking example.com, third time also checking example.com. Okay, so now we will go with multi URL meta. Now we will get the error because URI will be changed 1232.com. We will do one thing. We will change the GitHub love.com. Actually, this is not exist. So we will go and execute it. Sanjay, are you able to see this? Now, can anyone tell me one URL is failed, but I want to continue this because I configured assume 100 URLs. Ravi, anyone? Magendra, anyone? How you do it?
Ignore errors.
Yeah, where you will add it?
In the global variable declaration.
Ignore underscore error. So multi URL dot YAML. So you need to add here, correct?
Yeah. Next.
Ignore underscore. Yeah, tell me. Ignore underscore errors.
Errors equal to %.
So run this now. See here, even though you are not having anything, automatically it will go and check it, right? So we'll do one thing. We have VAM roles, single URL, tasks, and main.yaml. No, not URI. We have the variable name is URL, right, Ravi? Everyone, not URI. Can we check the defaults one? Yeah, URL, right? We given the variable name is wrong also.
URI is module name, right?
Yes, yes. So I'm just going to execute it. Unknown URL type. Okay. So what we can do is we can. So the example.com is fine. Now multi URL meta main.yaml. So here we are calling the single URL role and calling the URL, and we are replacing the URL name. We'll check the log. Validate stats. Okay, so now we will go and check the single URL variable, because while replacing only it's not understanding. Single URL default main.yaml. Okay.
And do we need to declare all there also? That
No. We don't need. Wait, let me just check. Task main.yaml. Because if you see this, the example.com is getting replaced. Are you able to understand this? So this automatically getting example.com. So that means it is going to the defaults and getting replaced. But why it's not getting? Actually, this also getting replaced, google.com. But we'll do one thing. We will execute the actual role. Instead of multi URL, we will do it first single URL.
Ashar is telling something.
No, wait. See, the single URL itself, it's not running. So that is the problem. So first we will fix the single URL, roles, and single URL defaults main.yaml URL. Okay, this is the value.
You removed the double quotes. We have to put back.
Wait, first both the file we will display it. Okay, roles. Then we will go and say what is the task.yaml in the one, because this is where the problem, not multi URL, not defaults tasks main.yaml. Okay, URI URL. So you given the variable and you are asking. So now
this is the variable. This is, I think we need to put it in the brackets because it will be string because of double commas. This one URL equal to URL
yes,
colon
yes,
URL.
So I'm just going to say roles task main.url. So here curly bracket,
And we don't need that I think commas, inverted commas.
okay. So now the single URL is working. Now we will clear out the screen. Normally when we do our own lab POC, it has to be like this, but at least we know where is the issue. So we will go now execute the multi URL. See here. So the google.com is checking. We will check the log. So now first one, it is going with github.love.com. The second one, it is trying to check google.com. And third one, it is going to the Terraform.io. Yes, now it's correct. Thanks pointing, Ashar. So Ravi, the idea here is if you get into any task, first you break down. What is the single one? What is the multiple one repeated way? This way you can create one dummy. Then you keep it in the somewhere in the common roles directory. Then create a specific environment one and call this replace the value. Call this replace the value. This is how you can use it for other environment. You can use it for other environment. But only thing is currently we placed our roles directory in our home directory. This should not be the case. If you see the roles, so even I can move this var, sorry, you all see roles to /var/temp. Okay, now Ravi, can you confirm there is no roles directory? If I execute the same command now, my ansible.cfg is pointed to the roles directory. Actually, the roles directory is not there. Correct?
Yes,
Ravi?
it is not there.
Here, so here I'm going for ansible.cfg for development environment. I am saying, okay, don't worry. I'm going to declare a var/temp/roles. That's it. So now you in your production or wherever, this roles directory, make sure it is a common point where all the environment can be accessible. So now you execute, it will work. Ravi, are you clear now? This
yes,
role and multi-role. Sorry for the typo, everything. Okay, so anyone have any queries? Please feel free to ask so that we can continue the session tomorrow.
Vijay, here Ansible Galaxy we didn't use so that one for avoiding the multiple
Ansible Galaxy, I would say, if you are just starting your cloud and DevOps automation career, please don't go directly to Ansible Galaxy. I will tell you why. Even there is some person, I will explain tomorrow, the Docker installation. There is a get.docker.com. Yes, it's very easy, but always manual car driving will help you to run many version, many technology. So I'm just going to say Ansible Galaxy. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
so go here. So it's like a GitHub. So, but I never recommend directly going to here. The reason I will say, I'll explain. So say, for example, I want to go to cloud category, say EC2. Okay, AWS EC2. Go here and copy this. Go to your Ansible server. Okay, and say Ansible, install it. So now you see the folder got created inside. What is the role? Go here, home Ansible, Ansible collections, Ansible collection. So you can go to this folder. Okay, CD. Go to this folder. Can you type tree? So are you able to see this? They already defined everything. See here, correct?
Yes.
So
Is it secure?
No, it's secure only. But what I'm saying is, but you cannot learn anything. The one which we tried trial and error right now, that is the actual you need to start. But everything is same. Ansible Galaxy is kind of a you do it and put it in the there how we are doing in GitHub. The same concept they created. Ansible Galaxy, instead of I create from the scratch, you take this and you can simply some of the parameter you can change it. Okay, so I'm just going here, ls. See, there is a playbooks also. You can go and check all the information here. This is how they will mention it. So if you go here, I'm just coming out of the role directory. ls-ltrh. So I'm just going for playbooks. Going the main.yaml, cat main.yaml. So EC2 underscore host. So the roles directory is there. So basically this is the main playbook. So I'm going for roles. Are you able to see this defaults, handlers, meta, everything?
Yes, Vijay.
So, but if you go in this way, definitely you cannot understand or learn. You first try to create what is the folder minimum you need, what is the minimum parameter you need, and create another role. In that role also create a minimum directory, minimum information. Just try to explore it. Then it will be really easy. See, now the same kind of a folder structure. Go to tasks, main.yaml. No. Main.yaml, go to cat. This is what we did some time back, right? One of the classes, launch instance. Correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
Vijay.
but
Yes.
directly if you go the templates, but definitely you cannot learn it. But what I'm saying is, this is the actual community part. So you create a lot of things and you keep share to the Ansible Galaxy. Either you can share, I can share. It's just a community base. So the more you share, but the one vulnerability is this: you can use it for learning. Definitely, you should not use it for production because we don't know what injection they did until it's not an official one.
Okay, Vijay. Thanks.
Okay, so if you see something directly from it's like the same Docker. If they released from Ansible, I mean the official Red Hat, right? So then you can go for it. But not the individual one. Individual one you can take it, explore it, but don't. Even if you want to deploy the Nginx with all proxy, see they already have huge number of collections here, but I don't prefer to go directly to learn from here.
Is there
Because
something?
you understand, right? Now we did some troubleshooting, but you feel where is the issue at least?
Yeah, we learned from this
Yeah.
actually, because
Most
sometimes we
of the
ignore
time,
those things.
POC, I used to advise like this way of learning only. Because
Okay.
even you don't work in Ansible now, or you don't work in DevOps, but definitely if you learn like this, you can change your resume straight away, and you can speak in interview that you are working in Ansible. They are going to ask a question, you know the answer. This is the reason I are requesting so many people to fail in your own lab. That's it. You no need to go anywhere, the use cases, or you no need to. Definitely in any IT job, you never get the one what you are learning. Definitely you need to put your self in some kind of a POC only. Even you join a DevOps project, you cannot learn or you cannot explore all. Where you will do this? In your lab. Okay, we will meet tomorrow morning. Okay, we will continue this session. And also, if you can spend some time on the previous use cases, probably you can come forward, you present it, probably we'll have some more discussion around there.
Sure.
What are the topics for tomorrow, Ajay?
Tomorrow, we are going to see the another role and the role type 2 array.
Okay.
And